Hello friends, I am Sherry's Plans, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2022 and the word of the year I chose. To introduce myself, I'm Sherry's Plans. I share my planner, ideas, reviews, and inspirations here on YouTube and on Instagram and on my Facebook group, so be sure to check that out as well. And in today's video, I am going to talk about my goals that I had set for myself for 2022 and the word of the year I chose. So to get started, I've got two different goal setting systems here. I have the Moxie Life goal setting system and the PowerSheets goal setting system. And I am here to tell you, you do not need both. If you have one system that you like that works, go ahead and use that. If you want to try something else, go ahead and check that out as well. Just really quickly. So I'm doing both. Okay, so first of all, I'm doing both partly because I love my planners and I wanted to try the Moxie Life system, which is a little bit newer to me. I had purchased the Moxie Life planner last year, and I didn't really work through like the goals and the goal setting system and used all that very well. But I've been using the PowerSheets for, this is my third year in them, and I really like the system and the way this is set up. So I'm going to use both, okay? Yes, there is a lot of overlap, which is why I'm saying you do not need both. I guess really quickly, one of the differences I feel in the two systems is, so the PowerSheets go through 30 something pages of prep work. They really help you dig deep down to find out what goals you should set and why those are important to you and that sort of thing, okay? The Moxie Life system gives you 8 areas of life, and you score how you feel on those, and then you set goals in the 8 areas. The PowerSheets also has like 8 areas of life that you evaluate and you could set goals to. It's kind of just more like an evaluate where you're at in each of them. But they don't kind of guide you into setting goals in those 8 areas of life. Whereas Moxie Life system says these are your 8 areas. What goals are you going to set in each area? Now, you don't have to set goals in all 8 areas. Or you can. I mean, you don't have to, but you can. I feel like for everybody, you may not be working on all those 8 areas at the same time, but maybe if you notice that one of those areas you're not paying enough attention to and your score kind of drops, and I'll show you what that looks like, maybe it's just kind of a reminder that maybe we should focus on this area and work on improving it in some way. Those are my quick little blurbs on both of these compared to each other. I am an affiliate for both companies, so if you want to check either one of these out in a little bit more, do some shopping in either one of these areas, I will link my affiliate links down below so you can check that out. And so like I said, in today's video, I'm going to show you what 2022 goals I had set for myself in both of these planners and what that looks like. And then I'm going to talk about my word of the year, which is also in both of the planners. So I'll probably talk about it once and you'll see it in both. Okay, yes. So, first of all, my Moxie Life system here, I am using the companion notebook system. And the companion notebook system is great if you already have a planner that you love to use and you just want to add a goal setting system to that. This is the perfect system for you. They do have planners that have your goal setting system and your planner all in one, which is awesome. But like I said, if you already have a planner system you love, these companion notebooks are perfect for it. So the companion notebooks come with 4 of these quarterly workbooks, and then you've got one goal setting workbook to kind of go through first before you get to your quarterly books, okay? So this is what this looks like. I kind of read through and highlighted some things I felt were important. Here's that compass assessment with all the different 8 areas of life, and they have some questions here that you can go through and kind of score yourself on. And then on this page, you put what your score was and, where you're at, right? Okay. So this is my compass assessment and what I came up with. I think when I did this, I was feeling, and I was like in a better mood. And I feel like I probably scored myself a little bit higher. So all of my numbers that I had, I rounded down when I put them on my compass assessment. Because I felt like once I was doing it, I'm like, yeah, probably a little too optimistic right now. But this is what it came out with. I put down my scores that I had. It tells you can mark what your goal is on these. But since I was so high on them, I was like, we're just gonna leave the scores on there, okay? So you're evaluating your life as a whole, kind of seeing where all areas of your life are, where you're scoring yourself in each area of life. And to me, this wasn't really surprising. I don't know, maybe, because there's definitely some more like fun and rec things I wanted to do, although I didn't score myself very low on that. But health and wellness is obviously like a big area improvement for me, whereas my financial is a little lower, but it's not really like a big focus of improvement in my life right now. That is where that ended up. And then like I showed you, here's my assessment scoring. And then you have this intentions page. And I think I'll kind of show you this intentions page a little bit here. This is kind of how mine came out. And then at the bottom, you choose your word of the year. Now, honestly, I felt like I chose my word of the year before I started any goal planning, any of it, any prep work, anything, because I kind of just felt like I already knew what I wanted for the new year. Okay. My word of the year is harmony. And I'm just going to talk about my word of the year for a minute. I chose harmony because I almost chose balance, because I felt like my life needed balance to all the different things that I juggle, I've got myself that I'm taking care of. I've got, my relationship that I'm in. I've got my dogs that I have to take care of. I've got work. I've got school. I've got a whole Sherry's plans thing going on here. I got all these different areas of my life, these different things that I'm juggling. So I felt like I needed balance. But not just balance, because balance is everything's equal all at once. But as harmony feels calming and peaceful to me. And I felt like I wanted that. Along with balance, I want peace. I want to find just a balance in a peaceful way. And sometimes we don't juggle all those things evenly. Sometimes we spend a little bit more time on ourselves. Sometimes I spend a little bit more time in my relationship. Sometimes it's more on my schoolwork or in Sherry's plans stuff, like whatever it is. So I feel like balance was everything was equal. Harmony is just kind of where it needs to be to find peace. So that's kind of why I chose harmony. So all of my goals and everything, I usually say to find your word of the year, just look at your goals. What's a common theme? What do you feel like it's coming out from all your goals? And it's supposed to help remind you of your goals and what those are for you. But to me, harmony just reminds me to center myself, balance myself when I'm looking at my goals. So that's why I kind of chose it before I'd even started anything. But that's what my intentions page looks like. And here's the setting goals, and it talks about how to set goals and different types of goals. And I realized going through this, I am not good at annual goals. I don't know. I just think an annual goal is too big for me. So I really, after I'd gone through this and set annual goals, then I did my prep work, and I felt like quarterly goals are my jam. So I have my annual goals here and in my PowerSheets, and then I have my quarterly goals that I put in my PowerSheets as well. So you'll see that too. So annual goals, monthly goals, areas of life to consider. There's a mind map I didn't quite use, but here are what some of my annual goals kind of came out to. Okay, so in personal, I put balance and harmony, and like I said, planning, scheduling, and keeping myself to that schedule. And reading some books. I put 20 books down, although I feel like that was probably too ambitious, being I read 0 books last year, but I've been wanting to read and implement that into my routine. So I feel like I'm just setting myself up for that, but I put 20 books. Fun and recreation. I put exploring and finding one new experience to try each month, whether that's a place, a thing to do, a thing to try, a restaurant, stuff like that. So work and learning. I'm trying out this stretch goal thing of finding my dream job because I feel like that's one of those bigger things. For now, I'm just finishing school and I've got 30 credits that I want to finish up this year. Family relations, my stretch goal is starting a family. But I don't know exactly how that's going to like how I can plan for that right now. Like that's just not something we're planning for right now, but eventually, I don't know. But I do want to plan a family vacation. That's with my sister and her family in Colorado and my parents in Arkansas. So getting us all together to plan a family vacation. Annual goals, healthy weight and habits. I put lose 25 pounds for the year. Honestly, I'd like to lose more than that, but I felt like 25 was a good, realistic number. If I hit that early, I can change my goal and add to that. And then working out 3 times a week. Again, I feel like that's probably a smaller goal I could start with and not like a big annual goal. But for now, there it is. Spiritual and personal growth. I put journaling 4 nights a week on here and doing the monthly and weekly reflections. Money management. For my financial goals, I put money management. So paying off credit cards, tracking spending, and then no spend days with no spend items, like looking at what, the drawers and drawers of washi I have and realizing I don't need more washi. So those are the things I don't want to buy anymore this year. And then physical environment, home improvement. So planning our home improvement projects and then training and socializing our dogs. So they have this question here, how will my life improve by reaching these goals in each area? And I didn't answer any of those. I don't know if I just wasn't feeling it or what, but I didn't do that. I just got through my annual goals. Like I said, I don't think my annual goals are for me. I think my jam is in the quarterly goals. So what I love about the PowerSheets is you have a quarterly refresh where I feel like at that point is I'll reevaluate my quarterly goals. At the end of your quarterly companion notebooks here, there is a quarterly assessment. And I think, quarterly assessment, I'm definitely going to be doing this and looking at how I assess myself. But then I feel like on maybe these doctored pages, I might work on, my next quarter's goals. Cause right here too, I also started a Q1 goal ideas. Cause again, this was the Q1 stuff where I have my monthly goals set in here too. So I guess let me show you guys what I came up with for my monthly goal. So this is my quarterly notebook. I went to Instagram to choose a have you guys help me choose a book to start with, and I chose the Just Begin, which was the majority on there by far. So let me show you guys where my monthly goals ended up for January. Monthly goals for personal, I have read 1 book. Film and edit on Saturdays, and that's just more like a time management type thing. Setting up my 2022 planners, planning my days, and sticking to the plan. Creating contact cards. Those are contact cards that I was planning on using for Go Wild. So want to get those done and situated now. Fun and recreation. A 22 in 22 list. I saw a lot of people talking about this, and I thought that'd be something fun to try. And then brainstorming vacation spots. Work and learning. I've got finishing 2 classes this month. And scheduling my family call. I love video chatting with my family. I just always feel like they're like, hey, let's chat today on a Saturday. And I'm like, oh, crap. I kind of had a list of things to do. And the video calls are an hour or something long. And it just takes a lot of time. But I love doing it. So I do it. I always do it. But I just feel like if I would have planned better for myself, then I could do some of the things I wanted to do earlier in the day or just whatever. Change my plans, okay? So I'm going to try to get my family on board with scheduling that. Okay, so my health and wellness, I've got cycling 3 times a week, drinking 100 ounces of water daily, and working in my self-care book. That is this self-care Erin Condren A5 journal. And yes, working through this every day. Spiritual and personal growth, complete Club Moxie course. The trainings that they had, and then she's got a workbook in that too. And then I'm also part of Plan with Lakin, so doing the co-working session and the goal setting session. And then I've got journaling 4 times a week. And financial, tracking spending, a want and a need and a don't need list. So things that just keeping track, maybe writing things down, like what I need, what I want, and then what I don't need, like my drawers for the washi, you know. Physical environment. Okay. And then track my earnings from 2021. So my YouTube affiliate stuff, those things that I've earned money from 2021, I need to go back through and kind of just track it and all that. So, and then for physical environment, I've got organize my office and my closet and declutter the office, sell my Mac that I've needed to sell for over a year now, and then walking my dogs. So it's something I've been trying to spend more time doing. Then I've got my little post-it notes here of just some ideas on some things, particularly making my contact cards and cleaning the office. And yeah, those are my goals. So that's what I've got set for in my Moxie Life. Let me show you guys what that looks like in my PowerSheets now. Now, working through my PowerSheets, I got through all the prep work and came out with my yearly goals. And I felt like when I just threw my yearly goals on here, I was like, health and wellness, fun and recreation, personal, school. And I realized this was looking a lot like my Moxie Life, 8 areas of life, right? So I kind of felt like my yearly goals were very vague. We're just like, so I kind of took this as, in these areas, I want to work on these things. And I used the color coding system that kind of matched their color coding system that they had already set up, with the exception of, I think, like these little hands are like relationships or friendships or something. And I made those for little Sherry's plants. But I'm using their color coding system kind of that they have set up from their sticker books. So yearly goals, that's kind of where I went with that. And then over here again, I chose my year of the world harmony vision boards. I'm just not getting into. And then breaking down the goals. So I was working through this, breaking down the goals, answering all the questions, doing all the things. I broke down my goals here in a couple different ways. The first one, I was using like, this break it down notepad. That I obviously started using for my cleaning my office and everything. But I was taking this and taping it down in here and breaking down my goals that way. And then I didn't like it. So I tore it all up and I started to break it down in kind of this way, just like mind mapped it all. Putting like my bigger goal up at the top here and then breaking it down off of that, what that would look like. And I did that with fun and recreation. So fun and recreation, breaking that down was like vacations, new experiences, and like date nights and stuff like that. Did the same thing with personal. And then school, I didn't answer any of the questions. I just broke down what school, like what that would look like, you know, to go do the school and the year and stuff. And same thing with Sherry's plans. What did that goal break? What did that goal mean to me when I wrote it down here? And then same thing with the life-giving home and my financial goals. And then after all that, I just still felt like I had these goals set, but my annual goals to me were just more like a general direction for things. So I felt like if I set up my goals, I'm like quarterly, I could probably do a better job at knowing what I could accomplish in a 3-month time span instead of just, throughout the year I want to do this. This to me kind of, instead of like giving myself the whole year, I got a smaller time frame to work with, and I could set a goal for that time frame, right? So this is what I came up with my quarterly 1 goals. I put a number on here for my health and wellness one. I said I want to lose 10 pounds. I set my yearly goal to lose 25 pounds. But then I set my quarter 1 goal to lose 10 pounds. I feel like that's obtainable as well. So I don't know. I don't really know what my number is going to be, but I put a number there. I decided to just put a number there for my Q1 goals. Experiences, I put 3 new experiences because I want to try 1 every month. So that's on there as well. Reading, journaling, and reflections. For school, I put complete 12 units because I would, by the end of March, I would have finished like my first term with my school. So that's 12 more units. So that's where I want to finish. Then my goal for Sherry's Plans is content creation Saturdays, where I'm spending most of my time on Saturday creating my content for the week, and then throughout the week I just have to post the content instead of trying to come up with that throughout the week as well. And my for my home one, I put Project Office because I was focusing on rearranging my office space, and actually I already did a lot of that, so that's fun too. And then I put a low spend quarter because no spend was not going to happen. Low spend. I could do that. So, and then on the back here, this is that wildcard tab page. I love this. I'm going to totally use the heck out of this thing. But on the back here, I just have like, this is my books to read. I thought that was just fun to put that on the back of that. January. So January goals. Here is my attending list for January. I have shared this on Instagram. I'm really trying to be in the habit of sharing my goals and my progress more often on my social medias. But for now, this is my attending list. My priority, I just put my word of the year up there. Just for the first month anyways. I don't know if it's always going to be like that, but I did for the first month. And then some encouraging words. I just put an affirmation up there because I'm feeling affirmations right now. And I just felt like that's what I needed in my encouraging words. My monthly action items. I have complete my 22 list, complete Club Moxie training. And as of this time, I have gone through the kickoff call and the training session, which were what I was thinking when I wrote this goal down. I was not thinking of completing the workbook. So I don't actually have that in here, but I was there for the lives, so that's good. Finishing 2 classes. I'm halfway through my first class, so give myself about a quarter of a mark there. Tracking earnings in 2021, organizing my office. I am calling it done. Then I have to sell Mac and declutter other items. And then I have my new experience. I haven't decided what that is yet, but it's on there. My weekly action items include my wellness card. So using my wellness card deck, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing a card from the mind, body, and soul sections in here, and then trying to find a way to implement those each week. Most of them are pretty short and easy to do, so I think it's something I can do, but that's what I'm going to work on. Walking my dogs, which we do some training during that time as well outside. Track spending for the week. And then my content creation Saturdays. My daily action items include journaling, my self-care book, reading, and hitting my 100 ounces of water intake. So that's what January's goals look like. So yeah, that's what I came up with. And like I said, there's definitely a lot of overlap. What I like about the tending list is I really like the way this looks in my PowerSheets. I really like the way this looks and how I can plan out monthly action items weekly and then my daily ones. And I just have them all together and they're there and I can work on them throughout the month. And I love that. what I like too about the Moxie Life system is I feel like in this weekly action, I can, when things come up and things change, or maybe I'm just like, hey, there's this new, halfway through the month, there's this new thing I want to try. I can write it in here instead of trying to find room for it in my tending list that I've already done. So I can add goals like halfway through the month to my weekly action items, and it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's easier to add stuff and take stuff away in here than it is on here. So yeah, that's my weekly action items for this week and how things are going so far. But again, like, there's a lot of overlap in them, but kind of gives me just more room to mark stuff down and check stuff off, which is fun too. So, my tending list lives here on the corner of my desk, open just like this, and sits on a planner stand so I see it at all times. And then my companion notebook lives in my agenda here, right here. I just put it right there in the front. So I open up my agenda. That's the first thing I see. I am like tempted to come in here and flip to my goals page and mark off things that I'm working on, or kind of just realize like, hey, I haven't done this stuff yet. If I'm going to do it, I need to do it now, whatever it is. So that's where that lives. Those are my goals for 2022. And like I said, I really feeling like quarterly goals. So I'm probably going to spend some more time on those throughout this year as well, like setting quarterly goals and sharing those as well. And then you guys saw my January goals too, which was fun. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know, what kind of goal setter are you? Like a monthly goal setter, a quarterly goal setter, or can you do the annual goals that I can't do? Let me know, like, what kind of goal setter are you? And then what are some goals you have for January, Q1, or the year? Share with me. What are you working on? Thank you all so much for watching. And please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I am posting new videos every Tuesday and Friday. I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.